Let me put this back a bit. Okay. Let me just share this in Meerkats. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about energy, depression, and physical therapy. Um, so, first, we're going to let everybody get here because I know we all get here slowly. Um, okay, let's see. What have I got to share with you? Physical therapy. I went to the pool yesterday. I had a friend who took a list of the things I'm supposed to do in the pool, and I'm happy to share. The MS Society has a number of these exercises we're supposed to be doing in the pool. They're not fun. Gosh, they're not fun. But I'll tell you what, it's so great going to a gym pool and having friends uh, who will stay a couple hours later than they'd like to, and they jump in the pool and they hold these directions and they say, okay, all right, now I want you to do ankle circles to your left and to your right with your right leg. Bend your knee. Like, I just, and you're like, I can't. And they're like, I don't care, do it. But you know what? It's God's friendship people. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Sharia. It's so good to see you. I love that you're here, Sharia. It takes a lot. Takes a lot. It takes, which so I'm talking about how busy today is going to be for me, and for you too, right? Now, Sheree, I hope you did something. Did you go for a walk? What did you do yesterday? Jump on YouTube and chat with us. Uh, um, okay, okay. So today it's MS Live, right? Hi, Brandy. It's MS Live. I've got to do this with you guys. Then after this, I have a 1 o'clock appointment to do a Bible study or to attend a Bible study. I've directed a lot of Bible studies. We're working through Romans, and I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna lead anything. I'm gonna sit there and even though I came up, I did the Bible study program. I've done it in the past. I just printed it out. I'm going to hand it to the gals and let them lead it. And I'm just going to listen to the way they answer questions. And I may answer, may not. I'll just sit there. Hi, Sarah. So, and then after that, I've got to do physical therapy. Again, if you go to National Multiple Sclerosis online, the .org, you will have, they have water aerobics or water therapy for MS. And I have just a bunch of them. It's so you got, and what you need is a buddy who'll get in there in the pool with you and hold you to task, who will say, you need to do this. You need to bend 10, do 10 of them. All right, change legs. Some fun. It's some fun. And there's another lady who's doing water aerobics who's looking over at me and says, I've had back surgery to the water. I've done the physical therapy, and it's not fun. And she's telling me it's not fun. It's not fun. But I'll tell you what, it'll benefit you. It's like people looking at you saying it'll benefit you, and you're like, shut up. I mean, you don't. She means well, but yeah, and I look over there and I, I've been doing physical therapy for 30 years. 30 years. All right. 30 years. So it comes to, hi, Dennis, come to the point where you say to, you gotta let God jump into you and say, yeah, you're right, you're right. Just because you can say something, should you? You know, Dennis, I hope you're getting in the swimming pool. All right, so we're talking about Dennis. We're talking about the MS Society has a list of physical therapy that we each can be doing in the swimming pool. So, Dennis, you need to be there. Sharia, all right, I'm hoping you went for a walk. It was good to hear your voice. Anyway, so this woman, she's sitting there and she means to be encouraging, and she's sitting on a noodle, and they're telling me, they're like, look, it's easy. I've got two barbells, right? And I'm swinging my legs to left and right. It's a trunk exercise. And she says to me, it'll be easier if you do a noodle. If you hold on to a noodle. And the gal who is working with me is telling me to do that. For she's like, yeah, it'll be easier to do a noodle. And you know, they just had me do ankle circles, and ankle circles are not easy. So when I'm holding barbells and I'm doing trunk circles and they're telling me it'd be easier on a noodle, it's like, you don't understand. This here is easy. I mean, it's hard, but it is so much easier than doing ankle circles, right? It's so much easier. So I'm looking at them saying, yeah, what? They don't know. People don't know what's hard in your body, in anybody who has anything wrong with them. They don't know what is hard to do. You just don't know. You don't know what's going on inside another person's body. So when she's telling me, bend your knee, bend your left knee, and I haven't taken enough baclofen, and it's like a tree trunk, right? It's going up and down. She's like, bend your knee. So I take a noodle, right? A noodle, and I put it underneath that knee, and it's making that tone, that knee bend, and I'm pushing it down, and I'm letting it come up slowly, and I'm doing that over and over, and they're looking at me, and they're like, "Huh? Didn't think about that," because nobody wants to. I used to teach water aerobics, and it's one thing having people micromanage you, and it's another thing saying, what, not correcting them, not saying my body can't do that. It's so you have to take what you like and leave the rest. Take it's you listen to that and you try to do a number of exercises, and then when they leave, you do your own thing, right? One of the things I'm supposed to be doing, in fact, I will tell you, there was a something. All right, Sarah's chiming in here that says she hates it when someone says something is easy when she can't do it. And you know what, Sarah, I can't walk. It's a therapy pool. I couldn't walk across the therapy pool, so I grabbed the dumbbell weights, right? The dumbbells, the floating dumbbells, and I walk across, and I have to do a grapevine sideways and the other way, sideways. And I have to go across the pool and pretend like I'm stepping over hurdles So I did that, and then she says, "Okay, jog across the pool," and I have to laugh. I'm like, "All right, I'll walk across the pool," but I'm so dizzy. And let me tell you something. All right, I needed her to see this, but she was too busy chatting. The two older ladies were chatting, but I left the weights on the side of the pool, and after an hour, I walked across the pool back and forth without being dizzy, without losing my balance. So it can be done. I have advanced secondary progressive MS. Just gonna say, if somebody who sits and reads end stage MS can reap the benefits of physical therapy, where these two older ladies are telling me, "Oh, stick to it," but you need to know something with MS. You need to know something. The 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 results are dramatic and they're fast. They're fast. All of a sudden, you, for instance, one of the exercises is, our toes tend to curl when we grab onto we lose the ability uh, to have the muscles on the top of our foot to raise up. And that's because our body is trying to grab, our feet are trying to grab the earth. So we lose balance, so they're trying to grab hold of the earth, right? Well, one of the exercises that you have to do with MS is practice picking up marbles with your toes, practice uh, getting these muscles that are used to crawling under on your pretend your feet, right? Pretend they're your feet. They're crawling under. Practice raising your toes, right? And that gets these muscles on the top of your feet working, raises your toes. It helps stabilize you. You don't think about that. Now, granted, I've been doing this. I was taught on Monday. I was taught to do this on Monday. Every day, she told me that I need to be doing this 3 minutes a day. It's not fun. The first day, she's like, "All right, are you doing?" Here's an example. She says, "Put a towel down on the carpet, right, and practice kneading it with your toes and then pushing it away with your toes. Do that for 3 minutes." Well, that's. I'm thinking that's not gonna happen. It's a that's not fun. It's not progress. We need to. We're humans. We need to see progress when we're doing something. There's no progress in that. So it's fun to pick up marbles with your toes, right? Because you can pick them up and put them in. That's okay. So you pick them up, but it's different. When you're pushing away a cloth and pulling in the cloth. So what I will tell you, hi there, Daniel. So what I will tell you is that on Monday they taught me how to use my toes to push away and pull it in. Didn't like it. That was Monday. All right. Tuesday, I practiced that in the pool. Wednesday, I practiced that. Last night, I woke up at 4 in the morning, had to go potty. Went potty, came back, laid in bed, and I practiced both of my feet. I extended my feet, lifting my toes, and curling my toes. And I did that, and I counted 10. I did 10 out, hold it, and guess what? I can do it. I can do it. I couldn't do it on Monday. So I can't wait. I can't wait to show her. So I have that. And I was able to walk across the pool. So my toes can now feel, and this is just in a couple days. So I'm using the free weights, the floatable free weights to walk across this pool and back, which she says you gotta walk across the pool, and I don't like walking away from the side the side of the pool because I like to hold on to it. And she's like, nah, just walk across the pool. So I walked across the pool a couple times with the free weights, walked back, and guess what? At the end, when the gals were talking, I put the weights on the side. They weren't paying attention to me. I walked across the pool on my own, walked across and back without being dizzy, and you know, when's the last time you that's wonderful, Sarah. That is wonderful. You're talking about bladder medication. And so I just need to tell you something. Physical therapy is not fun. Pool physical therapy is what we really need because with you, Daniel, I know, and with Dennis, so many of us there so many of us are limited with our ability to move, right? We've been disabled by attacks of MS. We've been disabled, but guess what? We can make that body move. We can, even though we don't want to. And I got to tell you, we've been talking a little bit about physical therapy. All right, deep water running. You can get uh, uh, um, the weight belt. You know what? Get the weight belt that where it's the floating belt. Get in the swimming pool and Daniel, I couldn't move my left foot at all. I can't. That she had me pick up my knee, my left foot, and she was pushing my left foot, my leg forward. I was like, that would be like, with a dead arm and lifting it up. And she says, okay, now let me see you do it. Like, that's not going to happen. It can't work. So, I know we say we cannot do something. We can't move it. Guess what? I couldn't move my toes. I couldn't move my toes on Monday. She's like, I move your toes on your left foot. Like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. All right. But guess what? I'm laying in bed last night, and for the first time, I can feel my toes going up. I feel those muscles. So you've gotta try. Don't give up. Too many people say we're warriors. We're not. You know what? When you've had MS for as long as many of us had MS, we are not warriors. We are victims. We're crusaders. We're victims. Warriors. Warriors means that you volunteer for the fight. I want to fight, right? Right, Daniel? Right, Sharia? Sharia, go to National Multiple Sclerosis .nmss.org. Uh, um, and look at water aerobics. Let me see here. Aquatic exercise program for people with MS. That's what it's under on their page. It's because anything with MS that's worth knowing. Uh, we aren't rich people. Some of us are, but anything that's worth knowing, for anything, you deserve to have it for free. You deserve, if you're willing to to get a swimming pool, right? If you are willing to, if you're just willing to let God work through you and just move, then you deserve it for free. And I'll do my best to find it for you for free. I mean, I'm on a limited income. I just, wouldn't it be? I'd be really great if I had money. If making ends meet are uh, making ends meet is difficult for all of us. So I'm here to tell you that if you if you're willing, if you're willing, uh, if you're willing, you deserve it for free. Okay, Daniel, holding your bladder in the pool. There's a couple things you can do. I know I can hold my bladder when I take two ditripans. And in fact, I've got the bladder stimulator. With that, there's what you can do a little vasopressin. Also, there is like plastic plump pants. You can do that, and also, to be honest with you, uh, uh, if I in college I had uh, uh, anthropology, and I will tell you something that in India they wash their hands with the urine of cow because the urine has acid in it and it is like antibacterial. It's good. So urine isn't bad. E. coli poop is bad. But hi Frank. Um, but so if you are in the pool and you go body in the pool, I mean, Michael Phelps said while he's doing his 5 mile swims in the pool, he pees in the pool. He if you notice, the lifeguards come and do a chemical checks on you. You're so sweet, Dee Dee. But anyway, they do chemical checks, make sure that it's balanced. And if there is high on uric acid, if it's high on that, they just add more baking soda. It's a chemical. It's not bad. If you notice, they only close pools if a little kid goes to the bathroom. Number one. I know. You know what? We're Americans, and a lot of us are Americans. As Americans, we think that everything should be so clean. But let me tell you something. It's called ethnocentricity. That's when we take our values, American values, and we realize, pee is bad, 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 bad. Pee's not bad. I mean, you start to look at different cultures and what they do. If they don't have ways to cleanse their hands, they use cow urine. So if you're gonna pee in the pool, worst case scenario, just do it. Just do it. Just just do it because it's better for you. Because remember, Daniel, God loves you to death, right? He loves you. He loves you like you love your puppy, like you love his creatures. He loves you. So you peeing in a pool is small for you, small things compared to you having enough guts to get in the swimming pool and lift your toes, right? And you can't do it. You can't do it. That's it. That's it. All right. All right, that's it. All right, I gotta show that. And it's true. If we're drinking enough water, we're drinking a lot of water. It's going to be clear pee. It's going to be watered down pee, and we're going to pee if we're drinking a ton of water. If we're not, then you're not going to pee in the water. If you're dehydrated, you're not. Anyway, Daniel, it is so good to get in the pool and slowly raise your toes. Slowly bring your right knee. I know you can't get that knee up because it's dead, right? It's so put a noodle under that knee. Hold on to the side or with the floaty thing. Hold on, and same thing with you, Dennis, right? If you let that knee come up with the noodle, let it come up, and slowly push it down, and slowly let it come up. Do that over and over. It's remember raindrops make oceans, so we have to do that. Uh, if we don't do that, now let's talk about depression. All right, depression. If we don't do that, we're looking at depression, right? How many of you sit on the couch right when you get up? Maybe you're drinking coffee, and maybe you're sitting there reaching for a candy bar because making breakfast is too difficult. It's just you know, eggs. I like, you sit there and you're like, I like eggs and toast, but I just don't feel like moving. And you're sitting there and you think, why not? I've got a candy bar right here. Why not? Why not? Why? Why be, why not? What's the point? And then you're all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're thinking, what's the point? What's the idea? What's the point? What's the point? And then, so you have to stop and you have to think. You can't let your mind go there. You just have to live for other people. You have to say, uh, uh, yeah. Are you all right? Hi, Bev. Dennis, I want to know uh, uh, what what you highlight. Derry Dennis is saying that breakfast is the highlight of my day. So, Dennis, what do you have for breakfast? I love when I used to teach body sculpting at Bodyworks at our gym. We used to lean up against the wall and we take a Pilates ball, like a hippity hop without ears. We'd lean up against the wall and then we do a squat. And I would talk to everybody because women are great. Women, if I don't get women to talk about uh, what they had for breakfast, if then all of a sudden they don't know what their body's doing. So we'd all be there'd be like 15 of us squatting up against the wall, and we all had to stay in that squatted position until each person talked about what they had for breakfast. Your legs were shaking. You don't know why. Hi, Jane. You don't know why your legs are shaking. Um, but you know what, Sharia, I will say you live for your family, and it's good to be able to hi Bev, uh, to talk about why we live for what we live for, what what we live for. But many of us, some of us don't have family. Some of us uh, um, don't have a supportive family. I deal with people. I deal. I deal. I've been in touch with people who may have a spouse, may have a spouse that's not very supportive, may have siblings, may have kids that have abandoned them. You know, I'll tell you something. It's terrible the situations that I find people in, and I talk to them and I listen. So one person, what motivates one person, uh, can't motivate someone else. I got to tell you, uh, ultimately, when you're sitting on your couch in the morning, and if you live for your family, if you live for your spouse, if you live for anybody other than God, you're gonna find yourself lost. You've got to have a relationship with your higher power, and you've got to, ultimately, if you don't uh, if you don't do these physical therapy exercises, what's going to happen? You're going to sit on the couch with your grandkids on your lap, and they're going to love you whether you can curl your toes up or not. But there's those of you whose family does it for you, right? And then there's those that don't have that kind of family, and we've got a duty to go out in the world and let God. Hi, Chris. Let God open up the world for you. Uh, Remember that bookmark I gave each of you? I gave a number of you. If you don't have a bookmark, let me know. I need you to send me a self address, a self stamp, let's see, a return envelope, self-addressed, stamped envelope. I need you to send it to me so I can send you an envelope or send you a bookmark. The bookmark says that and one of the things is, am I being a good steward of the blessings of the body that God has given me? Um, am I exercising it? Am I making the most so that I can go out and be a tool of yeah, a tool, an instrument of peace? Because you know, I look around and I look, Chris, I love that. Chris uses her bookmark always. I use it, I'm telling you what. I just had another 5,000 because I hand them out. I'm going to be handing them out to the kids for Halloween as well as full size candy bars. But I got to tell you something. I I made it to share, but I didn't make it for others. I made it for me. I made it for me. I've got to look at that bookmark often. I've got to be less of me and more of God. All right. I've got to sit there. The minute I sit on the couch and I think, I don't feel like eating. I don't feel like eating like Dennis. Dennis talks about having egg, cheese, a ham on cinnamon raisin toast, or rye and a finch. Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful, Dennis. I had egg on rye with no, yeah, rye, German rye, seeded rye, a little bit of peanut butter. All right, I'm weird, but it just, if I sit there and I think, do I feel like doing something for me? Right? Depression will tell us we're not worth it. We are not. I'm not worth it. And you got to be careful. You have to be careful because it's like, I'm not worth it to me. but I've got to get off this couch and make breakfast for my family because they're worth it, right? They're worth it. You've got to. So, so you're doing things for other people because you love them, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing to love them. But I'll tell you what, if you can sit well and you don't have family and you're sitting on the couch and you realize I've got to do things for God, and you pray to God and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to do these things. I've got to do MS Live. No, I'm no different than you. I'm just hosting this show, right? I'm no different than you. All right. So you're like, there's a number of you that are like, oh, I don't feel like turning on MS Live. I don't feel like participating in the chat. I've got other. In fact, I'm going to make appointments. I'm not going to be there because I don't feel like it, right? I just don't. And I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm thinking, I don't feel like it. You know what? Who feels like doing anything? But when you hi Jane, when you allow God to work through you, and you realize that your life is not your own. We're dead more than we're alive. So this MS thing we have is, even though it's all consuming, it's temporary, right? It's temporary. All right, just see. Okay, so it's all temporary. So the point is that you do the physical therapy, you get your body into the let's see, into the best shape possible, not for your loved ones, not for anybody other than because you've got to keep going for Christ, and you have to keep going to touch other people. I mean, those of you who do physical therapy, I mean, they're looking at me when I was in the pool. And for some reason, I drew a crowd. They're watching me, and I've got this miserable look on my face, and they're looking at me. But let me tell you something. I don't know what's going through their head, but somehow, God is working through each person who says, you motivate me, Dulci. You motivate me. And you're like, oh, I'm just trying to get my freaking foot up because Harriet is telling me to do foot taps with my left foot. Daniel, you'll know. Foot taps with my left foot. It's like, so I'm motivating people when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking cuss words. I'm concentrating on cuss words in my head. I'm a good Christian girl, and I'm thinking, I'm from New Jersey. I've got this whole thing of cuss words in my head, and I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. It just, I Uh, yeah, it just, but you don't know. Same thing with you, Sharia. When I told you yesterday, pack your lunch and get going on your walker down the street. There's somebody who's driving a couple of months ago was walking down the on the sidewalk. There's a main road. Was walking down and then walking back up the street, a busy street on the sidewalk, and I was just listening to music. I was just smiling at all the cars. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, they're in bumper to bumper traffic, and I'm thinking, It was such a beautiful day. Let me tell you something. You don't know what's going through anybody's head. Somebody did a U-turn in a pickup truck, pulled down the side street that I went down. I turned down, pulled up beside me, rolled down his window, and he said, "You know, I have had the day from hell at work." And your smile, you smiled at me, and it just, I can't tell you the comfort I felt. It's like you don't know me, a crippled person trying to walk down the street with a walker. I'm trying not, I'm so dizzy I can fall over with my walker, but I walked across the pool. We don't know what our presence, what we are doing with other people. So allow God to use you. No. But allow God to use you to touch other people. So here I am jumping up and down, and well, you're supposed to jump and land with bent knees. All right, so I had to keep doing that. Uh, yeah, what? Oh, oh, still life. That is just a still life. And then, all right, real quick. All right, uh, you know what? Uh, I got my driver's license in New Jersey. I'm a California licensed driver, Washington State. I have driven in probably 40 of the 50 states. Yeah, it's cantaloupe. 40 of the 50 states, and I got to tell you, Washington State was really, really scary. You talk about bad drivers because they go slow in left-hand lane. So the fast lane is the right lane. New Jersey drivers, I got to tell you, it's not the worst drivers. They're the most productive. Generally speaking, it's like, you can't screw around if you're on a freeway in New Jersey. Just move, get there. So I gotta say, no, I like driving with somebody from New Jersey has a New Jersey license. I like getting in the seat next to them, putting on the seat belt. There's the airbag. I don't worry about anything. I know I'm going to get there fast. I'm going to get that, And so I like Jersey. Pennsylvania, we used to, in New Jersey, we used to call them Pensy plates. New York drivers, I discovered, just get tailgate a little too much. And nowadays, I don't know. Nowadays you have nanny cars, and I love these nanny cars. Nanny cars, you can set the distance, uh, so you're not following too close. There is the side bumper, so it reads the line on the side and it steers you back. So I'll tell you what, it's wonderful. It is wonderful. All right, picture on that. So I've got cantaloupe. It's a still life. Cheap, cheap. It's not fancy. It's not a fancy picture. All right. Yeah, all right. So you guys are looking around, and then my Darwin tank that needs water back there behind me. I don't know. You know what? I love fish. I love having my plants. I love having you'll see a plant back there. You can't see that on Facebook, but and you can't here. I'll turn. Can you see my Darwin tank back there? Darwin tank. Darwin tank. What is a Darwin tank? A Darwin tank is I got a bunch of fancy tail guppies. I got some lyre tail ducks. I got some females. I throw them all in the tank and I let them procreate and I watch and find out what colors they produce. So it's just so much fun to watch the colors they produce. It just I threw a yellow fancy tailed guppy in with a couple flyer tails, or the split tails, and one was born a yellow split tail. One has I've got orange split tail. Like it's gorgeous. I sit there and I watch it. I got a glow in the dark tetra, and it said yesterday. I said on the tank it's that they're born with a glow in the dark, and I'm just like looking. I'm thinking, no, I think that's a genetically modified uh, fish. I don't know, but if you put on your black light, it glows in the dark. Maybe I don't know. I suppose I could um, take everybody on a field trip, but no, you know what? But we all, it's so important. You guys are embarrassing me with that picture. That picture when I was 18 years old. That is now. I, what is my job? Instead of being self-deprecating, my job is to say thank you. Thank you for liking that picture behind me. Thank you. Thank you for liking my $2.50 garage sale. Uh, anyway, thank you. It goes nicely behind above because it's thin, but I don't know. I'm supposed to say thank you. You know, sometimes when people compliment you, when they compliment me, I'm quick to slam myself to say, I'll tell you what, I'm trying a new beauty cream. I'm doing before and after pictures. I was very close because on Facebook, you guys, you're used to seeing a picture of me that is beautiful, right? I was very close to no makeup to posting the before picture, right? Just to prove to you that I'm a skank. No, I promise you. It's you know what, Jane, I love it. Probably worth $3,000. That picture? No, yeah, it's not. It's like yeah, it's not. But anyway, all right. So I'm thinking maybe the last 25 years of my life I can be humble and gracious and just learn the words thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. You don't need to know that as much as you like my shirt was a gift from a friend who had outgrown it and said, you know what? I don't wear it anymore. Let me give you this shirt. And you know, I get most of my clothes from people who don't outgrow their clothes or they don't want their clothes anymore. They have. I've got one friend who has an eBay store, and when things don't sell on eBay, she gives it to me, and I love it. I love it because, but I got too much. Too many. I got to get rid of my t-shirts because if it's I don't know. So no, you know what? It's all smoke and mirrors. All right, Sarah. If you want beauty secrets, it's all you know. Sharia, thank you. Thank you. I know you say thank you for your friendship. But I gotta tell you something, thank you, because you mean that much to me. Everybody who's watching, who's emailed me, hi, Paul, everyone who encourages me or encourages each other, everybody who has sent me a card, who it was sharing with Sharia. She was in a bad way, and you know, everybody is much as you think. We're all part of as much as you think of me, right? I'm nothing but a part of this tool. I need to say thank you, Sharia, but I also need to tell you that without you guys, without you talk about having your family, having a reason to get off the couch. I looked down on my cell phone and I got a message. I get messages from somebody who has my phone number, giving out my cell phone number, and all of a sudden I see somebody is desperate because when we are in a situation, well, and you don't have MS, but you've gone through some wild health stuff. You have to have somebody that God will work through you and say, call out, just send out feelers, say, life sucks for me right now. And God sends you your angels. It just so you may not have family or friends or people that will help you do physical therapy in the pool. Because I called out to a bunch of people. I said, people that I would think would help me. Thank you, Chris. Help me get in the swimming pool. Help me with the physical therapy. The people that I would expect. See, a young person has to go through these disappointments. People you call out and you expect to help you, when they let you down, then only then can you be in a situation to be receptive to who God sends your way. All right, it may not be the family that you get up off the couch and you make breakfast for pay bills, you love on. It may not be there, but when you're in a dark place and you call out and you send an email, you send a message, a text message to somebody, and you're like, I'm in a dark place, and they pick up the phone and they call you. Uh, you know, think about me walking down the street, right? I'm walking down the street and there's a guy, he was in a dark place. He's in a dark place because he had a hell of a time at work and everybody was bragging on him. And he's driving down and you don't know. I didn't know if he was at the end of his rope. I just don't know. But somehow, smiling, my brokenness through me, I smiled at him, and he felt the love God had for him. All right, he felt that. You just don't know. So reaching out, uh, uh, allowing God to send you the people you need. I'm at the pool, and I will be at the pool. People jumping in the pool that's not relatives that is helping me do physical therapy that's not even related to me but somehow is moved by me. I don't know. Don't discount. You may not be worth it to yourself. Every day is a great day for me to meet Jesus. My life is just not worth that much to me. It really isn't. I feel like I've outlived the usefulness of my body. However, my life is, God lets me know that life is so beautiful because of the reactions of when I become part of the continuum of helping everybody else, getting out of my head, thinking, figuring out, is it worth it? No, guess what? It's not worth it unless you're a blessing to other people, unless you can sit back and look at the beauty, be the first to forgive, be and look for opportunities. Look for opportunities. Remember, I told you unction, unction. I had the unction. I always thought it was the unction to go out and mow the lawn. I have the unction to put away my summer clothes and pull out my winter clothes. Unction's not that at all. If you Google what does the word unction mean, the word unction is the Holy Spirit uh, pushing you to do something, and you, it's like, I've got the unction to do something. So Sharia, uh, when I got a text from Sharia, and I'm sitting there feeling sorry for myself on the couch, and I'm thinking, oh, it sucks. And Sharia sent out a text, and I had this not gumption, it's unction, UNCT, unction, unction. All right. So all of a sudden, I get this message from Sharia, and she also is in a dark place. And I thought, so I called her. Instead of texting her back, I just called her, and it was so good, encouraging her, encouraging me. Uh, it's unction, not gumption. It's unction, unction. Unction. Well, unction. I don't know. Sarah, again, thank you. Thank you for being part of my life. And Sharia, as much as I called you because I had the unction, the Holy Spirit calling you, don't discount the fact that you were my blessing. You were, gosh, I gotta say, it just, eh, you were my blessing. You were my blessing. You helped me. You helped me. Even though you were calling out because you were kind of desperate, and you're dealing with stuff as we all are, and you sent me a text message. By the way, my cell phone is 443-910-3988 for anybody who's in a situation. I can make that public. Send me a text because you can send me a text. All right, send me a text. All right, and Jane, I love that. Jane is an encourager. Mama Jane, she is. So Jane, maybe you can send us each a text. Daniel, you have to get in. Yeah, it's Schoolhouse Rock, Daniel. Conjunction. All right, we're getting silly. We're getting funny. But Daniel, you got to get in the swimming pool. Let's practice the toe lifts. I'm gonna work on Romans Bible study with my friends. But guess what? It's one thing to produce all of this stuff. It's another thing to be humble and sit there and give up everybody the Bible study I prepared with the questions and stuff that I've done. 2014, I did that Bible study, and just, in fact, my husband says, "Well, be careful not to run it." It's like, when people say things like that, it's like you gotta ask yourself, do you even know me? Do you know me? I, I, I'm gonna sit back and listen. I listen. Anyway, I love you. Um, it's unbelievable. It's weeks go by so fast. So get instead of thinking about the pain, instead of thinking what you don't want to do, instead of thinking about what motivates you, let's concentrate on letting God work through us, making the most of our body, doing something. I was telling Julia, doing something even if it's wrong, just for the mere fact that you may not know it, but people watch us, and we live in Christ, we inspire other people. So let me pray us out. Go to msfrontiers.org. Look at the resources we have for you. Love you all. Please subscribe to or follow me if you see this. And let me pray us out. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for everybody who's been here today. Thank you for all the encouragement. Thank you for your message today. Lord, uh, may we be humble and may we be instruments of thy peace, not thinking so much about ourselves and the people that you have given us on earth to love, but so much as to be part of the love of your body, of just loving each other, Lord, and forgiving, being the first to forgive. Lord, I just ask this. I ask that you bless us all, and thank you so much for the people who participate. In Jesus' name I give thanks. Amen. All right, guys. I will see you on Tuesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you. Bye.